Now, for those of you who may or may not know who Jake Lang is, now, interestingly, I didn't know who he was until this event ended up coming across my timeline and learned about it. So here's the background on Jake Lang. Jake Lang is he is what you would consider a true far right commentator, podcaster, if you will, who was at the Capitol on January 6th. He was prosecuted and he was pardoned. And he continues to do the rabble-rousing nonsense that one would expect from somebody like this guy. And here's what he said when he got to Minneapolis to show his love and support for the wonderful organization we call ICE and to go after the Somali community in Minneapolis.
City Hall will be burning Qurans, standing up against the Somali invasion of Minneapolis, the immediate deportation of Ilhan Omar, and the arrest of the scammer Tim Walz. Come join us 1 p.m. here, Minneapolis.
Yeah, he gets his ass handed to him on a platter. He wants to deport Ilhan Omar. Let me tell you, this
Elon.
pussy.
He called her Elon.
Whatever. This man here, and again, I use that term very loosely. This pussy would not last a day in Ilhan Omar's shoes in terms of what she has had to deal with in her life. A day in how she grew up and where she came from. He wants to deport her. Good luck with that.
You've also said that they mispronounce her names on purpose.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm not saying that specifically in her case, but in cases like, yes, but white people have been doing that against, various ethnicities that are not white Anglo-Saxon names. They do that to have a sense of superiority, and it is absolutely supremacist. Now, I'm not saying there's not situations where there's a genuine attempt and failure, like on yours and my part, sometimes when we don't say names right. But when it's done intentionally, when it's easy, when they know better, there's a difference.
Now,
please take him down. He's gross.
I don't know what Jake thought he was getting himself into by hosting this rally, what I believe was at some town hall. And so here's what ended up happening, because the Antifa mob, or whatever you want to call it, got wind of what he was doing, and they set him pretty straight. And here is the end of what was happening when this guy got completely overwhelmed by this crowd.
This makes me so happy. So this really makes me, I need to work on my Christ consciousness a little bit better, okay? Because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, if I were there and this was happening, now I would not participate in violence against this piece of shit, but I most certainly would not interfere on his behest either. And that is where I need to work on my Christ consciousness, because this gentleman here in the black hoodie, that's acting Christ consciousness, because this guy would probably wish him dead if he hasn't already. So, right. But he thinks he's going to help him anyway. See, that's a better person than me right there. That's what I'm acknowledging.
Clearly, and there were still photos caught of Jake basically crying and bloody. As you could see, he's got a bloody ear, and who knows what else happened to him as the crowd dragged him away. But you can see that he's scared. And you know what? You should be. You F around, you find out, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Jen, why is there such a desire to go after Ilhan Omar?
Because she's brown, wears a hijab, and is speaking truth to power? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, actually, I think there is a photo that I think would be worth showing here. I think because he was taken to the hospital, and
That's a shame.
well, I mean, you can you can say that it's a shame, but there is actually there's a very telling photograph. I want to see if I could get this in a clear shot, because if we can, I think it would be worth putting up. But it kind of says it all. You know, sometimes they say a photograph is worth 1,000 words. Damn you, computer, please operate properly. Thank you. That's better. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys exactly.
No, exactly. She did not marry her brother. That is stupid. It was never true. And it just one of those things that they put out there, just like all the rapes on October 7th. They put out a narrative. And then even when it is debunked, that narrative still is what takes root. Okay? When they talk shit about Ilhan Omar, it is false. And the reason it is because if there was anything truly legitimate, we would have heard that too.
Now, before I bring up before I display the photo, which I will do, this is the black gentleman who saved him from the rage mob.
Skin, right? Divine entity. Now, at the end of the day, my job.
Way to be fucking brave and trying to fucking do something.
Yeah, my job, you know, my purpose on earth, and my spirit told me, I'm the son of God, right? A lot of people gonna think I'm lying, and I just showed you again.
They got Janklings.
It shows you again that I don't have to lie, but I move off love and unity, and that's how Jesus walked. If y'all Christians, that's how Yahweh walked. If y'all Africans and
What
y'all
I'm saying, man, this guy's got Christ consciousness.
Showing love regardless of what somebody did to you. When they crucified him on the cross, he still forgave everybody for their sins, and they down there killed him. So it's like we can't treat hate with hate. Love overcome hate any day. When one motherfucker starts showing love, everybody show love. But if one person hate, everybody hate. It's a domino effect, just like a domino.
See, right. That's what I was saying. This man is my spirit animal. I aspire to have this level of Christ consciousness. For right now, I'm still wallowing in so much anger and rage that I just don't know that I'm going to be able to find that. But I aspire to this.
Well, the good news is that enough people basically just don't want to deal with this nonsense anymore. Let's, you know, again, it's everything. It's cucking yourself to the state. But what it really shows you, ladies and gentlemen, more than anything else, and we could say this is a channel that knows that if we did things a certain way, we would continue to grow exponentially, all for the purpose of making money. And we do it for the right reasons. Whereas somebody like Jake Lang, like so many others, they just go wherever the clicks and the money comes from. If the clicks and the money says, go to Minneapolis, try to stir trouble with the Somalis, then that's what he's going to do. We are going to arrest Ilhan Omar. We're going to kick her out of this country for doing what?
For being a really good legislator.
This to me, I think, says everything. And so this gentleman, and as we've said before, is there Somali fraud? I have no doubt that there is. But again, you're saying.
What kind of question is there Somali fraud? Is there Polish fraud? Is there Russian fraud? Is there Italian fraud? What the hell? Of course, there's fraudulent people of all ethnicities. And if you go to a part of a country that's predominantly one type of ethnicity, you'll find those criminal elements there too. Like, that's just so unbelievably racist to even present it that way.
Well, that's what they do.
But it was my job and my purpose.
We stole his watch.
Hey, let me see the watch. Hey, let me see the watch. Hey, watch this. Hey, come here. Hey, someone come here, Mello. Hey, check it out. You, come here. Yeah, you, yeah. Yeah, so look, keep that on. At the end of the day, this what he came. I don't know what this shit is. A fake ass, what they call these watches? Out of my protect. The world is fake. You hear me? All this shit is fake. Stop paying y'all money for this shit. You feel me? But that's the internet, man. At the end of the day, just show love to anybody. No matter what they done to you, just show love.
You know what the amazing thing is? When we head for revolution as we're heading, this is a person who may very well be on the short end of the stick in life. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of money. Maybe his opportunities have been taken away from him because of the system that we live under. And yet there is this, I'm not going to allow the illicit actions of the powers that be who have made my life difficult get to me and let them get the best of me. I'm always going to take the higher road because I know that the higher road is for the people that truly care, not for the people who don't. What the hell does somebody who does somebody like Jake Lang care about?
Himself.
Jake Lang cares about himself. That's it. So they got his.
He sure as hell wouldn't have stopped to help this guy if it was reversed.
Yeah, that's the irony of it all. But here's the thing that I want people to understand, and this to me, I think, completely crystallizes why the hatred of those that have less than you or are perceived as weaker than you do not pick on them, because in the end, it will always come back and get you. And then perhaps even a moment of clarity might be possible in moments like this. This is the nurse tending to Jake Lang in the hospital. That man went there with the intention of trying to do harm to someone who looks like her.
Yes. Oh,
and
yeah.
now she's tending to him without asking questions.
Again, another person with infinitely better Christ consciousness than me. I really need to aspire for more people. I really do, because I'm sitting here and again, I'm married to a doctor, so I understand how they think in terms of this. Like, it's very instinctive that they, do no harm and they help whenever help is needed and they don't judge and all that. This is why I'm not in healthcare. This is why. When people say, when they meet my husband, they say, "Oh, are you in healthcare too?" No, I don't like people enough to help them. And this woman having to do this for him, yeah, see, that wouldn't be me. I don't have it in me.
Well, I'm still perplexed as to this hatred towards the Somali community. Like, I'm still having a hard time understanding why people treat that. For the Somalis that we've met, and we've met quite a few, they seem like a very caring, considerate, hardworking community. Like, I don't understand this.
Well, the Somalis that we've met, they're Muslim, and they're very pious, practicing Muslims. So you're meeting people that have that mentality. So yeah, they're gonna take the high road. So it isn't necessarily that we've met Somalis, that we've met some Somali Muslims, which most of them are.
I mean, I'm getting to the point now where I'm just convinced beyond any doubt that there's just a lot of jealousy for particularly Muslims. I know they say that they hate them and they fear them and all this, but in truth, I think they're just jealous of them because Muslims are truly pious people in so many respects. They take their religion very seriously. Like, they try to live as Allah would command them to live. And I think that is something, especially Western Jews and Christians who look at that and are nowhere near as considerate. Like, could you imagine if the roles were reversed?
Oh, no.
I can't.
No.
I can't.